in this, once if you observe, when you open the application in the browser, every time, whenever you select an option, like for example home, automatically it is refreshing the page. Means total web page is loading from a server to the client. Okay. Once we observe that user list, home as well as in user, okay, add user as well as delete user, because it is not a single page application. Because Angular is one of the technology to create a single page application. To make the application as a single page application, we need to do some changes in the HTML page, and that HTML page is nothing but when you go with the header. For example, when you go with the header component.html, wherever we are using href, okay, just you can add a router link. So when you observe that link, when I give such a way, then that href will become a router link and the application will become a single page application. Okay, once if you observe that router link, okay, here we are giving a router link, and here also we are giving a router link. Router link is one of the options which we are using to make the application as a single page application without refreshing the page every time. Only for the first time only the page will be loaded, and the next time onwards it will not be reloaded page into the client side. Okay, now once if you observe that, we are not using the router link, sorry. Now once if you observe the home page, user list, add user, and in such a way we can make an application as a single page application where every time will not be reloaded. Only for the first time it will be loaded. On the next one onwards, only the particular part which we require will be loaded into the client side.
Till now we have discussed about how to create the components, how to apply a routing, and also how to apply a bootstrap. Okay, this is the output which is generated till now. We have created a home tab, user list, and users, in which we are creating the add user and the delete user. Now once when you observe this, we have added the code just to display the web page. Now I want to create some service in my Angular application so that service data can be accessible by more than one component. Because here what I am doing is I am creating a user list component as well as add user. User list means it should display the users, and add user, whenever we are adding that user, okay, it should be added to that user list. Okay, such type of a addition of users and also the list should be displayed. For that purpose we need to use a service. For that purpose we are using a service which is to be accessible by more than one client. Then how we can create a service? Okay, for that purpose we are creating a service by using a command called ng space g for generate, s for service, and the service name is home. Home is a service name we are specifying. When I specify that service, then automatically a service files will be created, where it will create a file called home.service.ts file, home.service.spec.ts file. Okay, we are using home.service.ts file. Okay, in this we are creating the data. Now for that purpose what we are doing is we are creating the users. Okay, in which we are creating something like this. Okay, some users we are creating. Okay, for example UID we are creating, for example 101,001, comma name. Okay, we are specifying. Okay, John John Smith. Okay, and here we are specifying email colon johnsmith@gmail.com. Okay, this is what we are creating. @gmail.com. Okay, comma. Okay, this is the one user I am creating. Like this, we are creating as many number of users. Okay, like we can get as many number of users now. Okay, like this we are creating 4 users. One is John Smith, Ron Smith, okay, something like Will Smith, okay, Paul Smith. And here we are specifying the UIDs 2, 3 and 4. Okay, these are the users which I am creating, which I want to export these total users to more than one component. For that purpose, we are getting one more function we are creating, which is nothing but, for example, get users is one of the function I am creating. Okay, to which we are passing the arrays as a parameter. The return type we are specifying array okay, UID comma name comma okay, email. Okay, along with that one more module I'll create. Okay, description. Okay, just I'm giving some description here. John Smith. Okay, text. Okay, these are some of the information. Okay, so we'll go with that. We are adding to the users. Okay, we are creating 4 fields here, so that we need to make it. This is Ron Smith, Smith. Okay, so this is what we are creating now. That we are creating the description, comma email. That is what we are creating. Okay, this is what we are creating in the get users. We want to return the value, return this dot users. I want to return. Okay, this is the one which I want to return, this dot users. Okay, and this what I am doing is we want to create one more function we are creating, which is public add users. Okay, we are passing the users parameter, which is nothing but UID comma name comma description comma email. Okay, these are the values we are passing. Okay, to that we are creating a this dot users dot push. Okay, we are pushing that user to the users array. We are adding here. We are adding. Okay, this is what we are doing. Get use public get users array, which we are creating UID name description email. Okay, fine. Okay, now this is a service method. This method which I want to access in more than one client. Now for that purpose, in a users list, okay, in a users list.ts in a users list.ts file. Okay, we are accessing the data in a users list.ts file. Okay, now in this users list.ts file we are creating two variables, which is nothing but users and selected users. Okay, these are the two variables which I am creating now. Okay, now selected. Okay, now here we are importing that service. Import. Okay, home service. Okay, we are importing the home service now. Okay, we are importing the home service, what are the service which we have created just now. Okay, and now that into the constructor we are accessing public home service colon home service. Okay, this is what we are creating, and that this dot users is equal to this dot home service dot get users. Okay, that users function we are calling. Apart from that, we are creating one more, which is public select user. Okay, select user is one of the function I am creating, in which we are using this dot selected user is equal to user. Okay, this is what we are creating, selected user. Okay, dot selected user is equal to user. Okay, we are passing the user value as a parameter. Okay, now this is what the value which we are accessing. Okay, and once when you are accessing, okay, we are retrieving the data, we are getting the users. Now in a home.service file we have one more method called add users. This value we want to add in the users.ts file. In the add users.ts file, here we are going to add users.ts file. Go to add user.ts file. In that we are adding a service. Okay, here also we are needed to add a service. For that purpose we are importing import home service from we are adding. Okay, this is a service which we are adding now. Now once service is added, we are creating a variable called user. User is one of the variable I am creating, in which we are creating a UID comma name comma, let's say description comma email. Okay, this is what which I am creating is equal to, okay, UID colon null comma name colon empty. Okay, description colon null comma okay, email colon null. Okay, this is the value which we are creating now. Okay, now here also into this component also we are accessing the component service here. That is what the service which we are calling the home service colon home service. Okay, now we are adding an home service. Now we are creating one function here now, public add users. Okay, this is what the function I am creating now. Inside that just I am printing a statement called console.log of, okay, this dot user. Okay, user data, when I am adding that user data I want to print onto the console. Along with that, this value we want to add to the add user function from the service. For that purpose we are using home service dot add users, to which we are passing the this dot user. Whatever the user which we have added, that should be added to the user array. Okay, this is what I am creating. Okay, now for this purpose, okay, this is the values which you are accessing from the HTML file. Okay, for that purpose what we are doing is, in a user list we are adding some data. Okay, because here I don't want to write the code because I have some default code that just directly I'm adding into my user list.html. Okay, this is a user list.html. Sorry, this is a user list.html. Okay, just I'm removing this data completely from here. I want to add the code. Yes, we are creating that user list. Okay, just Control A, Control C. We are adding completely to here. And along with that, add user also. We are adding add user. Go to add user.html file. Okay, here we have some default code. Control A, Control C. Okay, that code we are adding to the add user. Okay, now we are adding. Now we are saving all the files here. Saving all, save all. Okay, this is the values which we are creating now. Okay, along with that, we want to add some more code to the two pages. Okay, in a user.component also, we want to add some code. Okay, because some default code I want to add here. User component. Okay, that this one. Sorry. Okay, this which we are adding now. Completely Control C. We are adding to the user page because some inbuilt code we are adding directly to the page here, so that we did not to add. In the same way, home page. Okay, when you go with the home page, we have home page. Home page. Okay, yeah, this one. Okay, to the home page, just I'm adding. Okay, this code directly I'm removing from here. I want to add some home page data also. Okay, the default code. Control A, Control C. Okay, to my web page. Now once when you execute the page, now once you observe the execution, okay, this is a default page which is existed, but now I want to change this one, but I want to change in the file also. Okay, apart from that, we are creating one more, one second, a header. In a header, what I am doing is, I don't want to create this one. Okay, remove this router link also. So I'm adding that. Okay, fine. Where is this? Okay, fine. In a homes.service.file. Okay, where it is? Service.file which you are creating. Okay, so fine. Compiling the program. Okay. Now once you observe the home page, okay, this is a home page which we are adding. User list. Okay, add user. Sorry. Add user. Yeah. Save. Okay, add user. Okay, fine. Okay, we want to add some images also. Okay, what we need to do, we are getting some images. Okay, already we have some images. Okay, yeah, these are the images. What I want to do is I want to add completely adding these images to my file. Okay, just we are opening the file now. We are opening the file now, which is list of files. Okay, UI project. New project. Okay, in this assets we are adding up. Okay, we are creating a new folder, images. Okay, inside this we are adding the images. What are the images which we have added? Okay, now what I'll do is here we have images. Control A, Control C. That which images we are adding here. Okay, now once again we are going to the page, just refresh it. Okay, user list we are getting, add user.